Yo, what up, folks? Y'all know what it is. This is Mr. Twice, and y'all are watching Thinking Twice. I got my dog Wayne right here. This is WGSN Going Solo Network, and we greatly appreciate y'all for tuning in. We got a fire show today. Just give me a moment. I'm letting everybody know that we're about to have a good time, and yeah, just give me one moment, and I'm going to show you what was going on. But today, we're going to be talking about 80s and 90s dating and compare it to a little bit of how dating is today. Last week, we ended up talking about dating in the 1600s, the 1400s, a little bit of chivalry. Now, back in the 80s, chivalry's gone. It's a whole different topic, whole different ball game. And Wayne, he knows all about dating. What you got, like 5 girlfriends right now?
No.
He said, nah.
That would be nice.
He said, that would be nice. Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, your girl might be watching. I got to watch out. She might try and come over.
That's what you do, man. You get people in trouble.
That's what you do.
Like, you're not even like upset about it. You just get people in trouble. I
don't always get you in trouble. But I will say this. My partners, they girls don't like when they hang out with me.
Yeah, I'm almost like on that same, like if and when I get somebody, I feel like I'm not going to be able to let her know that we're friends.
They was like, yeah, you can't tell her. You can't tell her that you about to going to the club with me. And they going to be like, yo.
Well, first of all, I don't go to the club. I don't know if you've seen what I look like.
Bro, you're going to get all action in the club.
I'm fat, I'm white, I'm old, I wear slacks.
I wear slacks.
You know what I mean? We don't, forget the fat part. If fat people be in a club, that's fine. But I'm old.
I don't want to hear that, dude.
I wear wristwatches, like silver wristwatches. They don't go to clubs.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, absolutely.
I wear glasses. Do people who wear glasses go to clubs?
What? All kind of glasses. Hey, so folks, listen. I just got done sharing it all. That was good numbers I like to see. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So with the dating, I want to just talk about why dating in the 80s was good. And honestly, I liked 80s dating. Did you?
What were you, like 4? You dated in the 80s and 4?
Yeah, I came out the womb ready.
Yeah,
that's ready. Like the womb ready. That should be a hashtag. Womb ready.
Womb ready.
For real. But like,
I just unfriend you.
Oh man, don't do that, man. You gotta make sure to have friends that have different perspectives. Because what happens is the more perspectives you have, the less stressful you will be. And I'm gonna make sure you stay less stressed. You know what I'm saying? So Wayne, tell me, do you have any experiences about like some 80s dating? Do you like any dating movies or anything like that? That have like really stood out to you?
That's a good question. I'm gonna have to get back to
you. Get back to me. Oh, you gotta hold the phone.
I think the theme in every 80s movie, you had to be rich to get a date.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every single 80s movie, you had to be rich. Can't Buy Me Love, 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink.
When did Grease come out?
70s.
Oh, 70s.
But it was about the 50s.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't think any of them were rich.
Oh, right.
They all had one car. Actually, even having one car was pretty good.
One car was pretty. Yeah.
You never saw any of those guys' parents.
No.
I wonder if they went home and they just like had good parents. You know what I mean?
Had to.
They would fight each other. They came home with like mom and dad, like eating meatloaf and broccoli.
That was the meal of the 80s too.
Oh, eat meatloaf?
Eat meatloaf and broccoli for no question. So one of my experiences, or what I really loved about the 80s, was having to. Excuse me. I lost my train of thought. When you call and you have to leave a voicemail.
In the 80s, like on an answering machine.
Yeah, on the answering machine.
You ever see the movie?
What? That was the best stuff.
You ever see the movie Swingers?
Yeah.
When he's leaving the voicemail for Nikki, and he's like, "Look, Nikki, it's not you, it's me. This isn't gonna work." It's like his 5th voicemail, and she's not even home from the bar yet. And she picks up. She's like, "Mike, Nikki, hi." don't call me ever again. Because he was leaving like 3 voicemails. Like,
Hey.
Look, could you just call? I'm so sorry. I'm just getting out of a relationship. And all of a sudden she's like, don't call me.
Don't do it. Listen, back in the day when you had to leave the messages on the answer machine was so player.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I loved it. You'd be like, hey, baby, what's up? Hey, I need you to go ahead and give me a call back. You could walk back into the room. You know, you waiting for anticipating that. It's that red flashing beat light that lets you know you got.
You might not even know her dad checked the voicemail. Forget that twice again. Dude's name is Twice. What is that Twice for? No, he's not getting.
Oh yeah.
I don't like him once. I don't like him twice. I don't like him 3 times. He's not getting a call back.
He's out. You know what else was dope? That was when like music first started getting cassette tapes.
Yeah,
and so
8 tracks to cassettes.
Yeah, so what you could do also is you could record like mixtapes.
Oh,
and you put like mixtapes and hand it to the girl like a love joint.
I'm the king of mixtapes. I used to mixtape it all like crazy.
Oh,
so the modern day mixtape now is a Spotify playlist though, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm really into somebody, I haven't done this in a minute. If I'm really into somebody, I'll make them a Spotify playlist
and share it.
I'll share with them. The problem with that though,
it's less connectivity.
Well, there's less connectivity, right? You don't get to hand it to them, especially in COVID, right?
Yeah.
But I always think about these are the songs that I like for them. What if they don't like my music and they're just being polite? Like I had a girl make me a Spotify playlist, and it was like heavy on like hip hop and like electric music and stuff like that. And I'm not a hip. I mean, I like a little bit of hip hop, but electric and EDM, like that's not my style. I was flattered. I was so touched by this thing, and I wanted to listen to it to connect with her because she was so beautiful. Like beautiful
you really want to see what she was on.
But then after a couple times, I'm like, I can't listen to this anymore. Like it's not my spot. It's not my speed.
Hey, you know.
Where's Hanson? I want Hanson in my mix. You know what I'm saying?
Got to.
You know.
A must. You heard that? The dean said, put the Hanson in the mixtape.
And me tonight.
Man, but I'm telling you, them cassettes, man. You used to pop them in. You could re-record over them, or you can make the little VHS tapes and everything. That was the truth. The 80s dating was amazing. So I was born in the 80s, and so I had a little bit of experience, but not like I did in the 90s. But we ain't gonna jump there yet. So also in the 80s, what they really like to do. Would you say if there's anything they like to do in the 80s?
In the 80s,
yeah, that was pretty. That stood out to you.
I'd say in the late 80s, skating was boom.
That's when everybody was going skating. That's crazy.
You mean skateboarding or roller skating?
Roller skating.
Oh, yeah. We had a place where I grew up called Hot Skates. You ever hear of Hot Skates?
No.
I think it might have been, never mind. It was like a one-off. It wasn't like a chain. Hot Skates was the bomb on Friday nights. That's when if you were dating at a young age, like 7, 8, 9 years old, you would definitely meet at Hot Skates. You got that pizza, the square pizza, you know what I'm talking about? Right, the slushy. Some arcades, and then there were the couple songs that you could hold hands at when you were skating. You know
what they really liked too in the 80s? They wanted you to beg for it.
Who wants you to beg for
it? Women.
How do you know you were 6?
I had Keith Sweat.
Yeah?
Was begging.
He was crying.
He was, please, baby, please. Ladies, do y'all like when a man beg? Like, let me know. Because I need to know. Was that like an 80s thing? Because now, these days, women just like to tell you, or like, you could just tell her, hey, you're mine. And then she goes with it.
Is that how that works for you?
Oh, what? I was at, where was I at? I was at this birthday party, just left the Palazzo. I'm just talking smack. So I walk up to this girl. I was like, hey, do me a favor. Go ahead and tell your boyfriend that you're going to leave him, and you're my girl now, okay? So just do me that favor. She's like, okay. I was like, so where's he at? She's upstairs waiting for me. You don't need that. Just go ahead and check out right now. He'll figure it out. And we can go hang out. She was about to leave with me right there.
It's got to be the hair.
Yeah, right there. And I said, no, I'm just playing. Go to your boyfriend. See ya.
No, I'm just playing.
The first time I was ever in Vegas, the first night I was ever in Vegas before I moved here, years and years and years ago, I was a little buzzed, but really it was sober. I saw a very, very beautiful. This girl was beautiful. Just so attractive and just with it put together, beautiful girl. And I got down on one knee in the lobby of the MGM Grand, and I said to her, marry me. Let's go. Let's do it. Right now. Let's go to a chapel and get married. And she said to me, okay, but can we get a quesadilla first? Because I really want a quesadilla.
I really want a quesadilla.
And I said, sure. The problem was it was like 2 a.m. and the place that served quesadillas wasn't open.
Right.
So I bought her a pizza. And so she said the contract that we had, verbal contract, was null and void because I did not deliver on said quesadilla. So I never got to marry her.
Oh.
And we didn't spend any time. We exchanged numbers and became Facebook friends.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Hey, Wayne, let me ask you a question. You high right now? You didn't smoke today?
No.
Boy, you can't just be on camera just trying to look good and stuff. Boy, you ain't said not one word. You all right?
No, I'm listening. I'm loving the conversation.
I'm loving it. You engaged.
Yeah.
That's one more viewer you got. You just went from 8 to 9 views tonight.
Hey, y'all, if y'all got any questions,
Views went up 15%.
Oh, because of Wayne. Oh, my bad. You right. You know, we got some eye candy right here. So, with dating in the 80s, you got to remember, also, dating in the 80s is when you was going to meet the girl at the bar. You know, and when you met her at the bar, you guys were only meeting there for one thing, to get it in. You know, dating in the 80s versus the dating now, like now you look at her, you can see her IG, Instagram, you can see the Facebook, you can scroll through the photos, you can see all the friends that they talk, the people in the comments. Back in the 80s, you didn't get a chance to talk to anybody they knew. You get a chance to see those photos, and blind dates were a real thing. Blind dates aren't a real thing now. You ever been on a blind date?
I've been on a blind date.
Yes, I've been on a blind date.
And of recent?
No, not recent.
Right. When's the last blind date you had?
Maybe 2000.
Yeah, he don't know. 2000. Look, when's your last blind date, Dean?
My last blind date 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
And the time before that?
Like high school?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So blind dates were so much more of a thing than in the 80s than it is now, just because we could see everything.
Well, everything was different, right? I mean, even if somebody said, I got a blind date for you, if Wayne was going to go on a blind date with one of your friends, right? And you said my friend Tiffany. Yeah, you don't think he's going to look through your friend list and find Tiffany?
2007, that's what it was.
2007?
Oh, okay.
2007.
My man's remembered.
And it was through a friend.
A
friend said, "Oh, my friend is bringing a friend."
Yeah.
Well,
you know, Cece does dating services. She does matchmaking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, hey, CC, go ahead and hook it up.
She's not going to hook you up because you're not looking for a soulmate. You're looking for a soul train.
Oh, soul.
Hey, let me go ahead and run down that thing then.
Yeah.
Hey, but Cece, I'll make you look good, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure it's her fault that when we mess up.
Spoken like a true player.
Also, when the dating in the 80s, like I said, when they were meeting at the bar, they were there to get it in. This was all free love. So, you know, everybody was
free love.
Oh yeah, that's
when the 80s. I think you got your decades mixed up. The 80s, 70s was the free love.
But it have you ever heard anybody say that I survived the 80s? They were going to rock concerts.
No, because AIDS was like a huge thing in the 80s.
Yeah.
So people were like abstinence, they were treating AIDS like COVID.
Listen, I'm telling you.
That's what I think. I don't,
I'm telling you, they was getting it in the 80s.
Again, you were born 84 like me, right?
I was 87.
Oh, you were 87. Oh, so you were 3 at the last minute of the 80s. So from what perspective are you approaching this particular decade?
My brothers, my mothers, my cousins.
Passed down.
Your mom was telling you how she got it in the 80s?
Oh, yeah. I've seen all of that.
I don't want to know.
Look, hey, it's big families was created in the 80s.
I'm telling you.
That's true.
I'm telling you.
It's kind of like you got some of the population wearing the mask and some of the population like, I don't believe in that shit.
Like, especially like you're from New York, those big, huge cities.
Yeah.
Those Chicago.
Yeah.
LA.
That's
80s.
when we blew up. That's true.
Oh, it was crazy.
That's when cities became super cities in the 80s. You're right. Okay, you're right.
I
don't know what that has to do with dating and getting it in, but okay.
Well, I'm saying that there was a lot of one-night stands. This is what I was getting at.
You think more than today?
Yes.
You think in the 80s more than today?
More one-night stands in the 80s than today.
I will push back the hardest I could ever push back.
No, I think today is more because of the instant
What?
Instant gratification.
Yeah.
I mean, don't forget,
access. Everybody wanted now.
I've taught college kids. I mean, they would tell me that they were like in high school and college, they had 10, 15, 20 girlfriends, boyfriends, quick, everything. These are college kids. You don't even talk about mid-20s.
You know what I think? I think in the 80s, probably late 80s, it was a lot of, I got a family over here, but I'm going to creep over here and I'm going to end up creating another family over here. Oops.
Oops. Oops. No, that was real. That was real. Hey, we're going to take a quick break real quick. We're going to pay a couple bills. This is WGSN Going Solo Network, baby. Yo, we going right back in. Hey, this is Thinking Twice with Mr. Twice. I got my dog Wayne right here. You know, we got the Dean. Excuse me, I got to put some proper...
Put some gravitas on that.
Yes, I got to put some proper grammatical and titles, the Dean. And we got CC running the ones and twos. But we're talking about 80s dating. We just said that there were more one-night stands in the 80s, or I believe that, than in 2000 or present day. Now, with that being said, now we're going to jump to the 90s.
Ooh, 90s.
90s dating. Now,
90s.
And but before we...
This is like one of those easy listening work radio stations. The best hits from the 80s, 90s, and today.
Da, 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 da.
Like my mom would listen to. It works.
So with that, y'all remember when there was no text messages back then?
Nope.
So you know what it was? We was passing notes. Y'all remember
a piece of paper and pass you a note.
Y'all remember passing them notes?
Heavy notes.
Oh man, I have so many notes, and then you had to fold them up in those special ways.
Yep. I had a girl that I was best friends with. Like, she was one of my best friends, and all throughout high school, I wanted her like you don't even know. And I feel like she kind of led me on because like she knew how much I wanted her, and kind of feel like she teased me a little bit. Well, we had a notebook. That we passed back and forth.
Yeah.
So she'd write a note, hand it back to me. I'd write a note, hand it back to me.
In the book.
Yeah, this way you never really got in trouble.
Yeah.
Because it was like you were writing notes in class.
That was pretty slick.
Yeah. And then we had this book, and she got to keep the book, which I feel was a little
terrible.
Because I'm the one who was in love with her. Why didn't I get to keep the book?
Right.
Maybe she was in love with me too.
Maybe she just wanted to hold on to your words.
Or maybe she didn't want no evidence that
She hit me up years
later. Or maybe.
That's probably true.
He just hold on to the notes for us.
Throw it in the...
You talking to your friends like, hey, man, I talked to her.
Yeah.
Hey.
She hit me up a couple years later, was like, man, it's so hard to find a guy. What are you doing tonight? And I was like, not hanging out with you.
Right.
Just leave me on for 4 years and they keep my notebook.
You know? Yeah.
Wow.
You should have hung out with her and got the book back.
I was thinking about that. She also took one of my sweatshirts. I really want the sweatshirt.
I really want this sweatshirt.
I should have.
Yeah. Right. Ulterior motives.
Yeah.
At its
no,
finest.
that was the interior. That was the only motive I would have had.
The only motive.
The sweatshirt and the book. Good call on that.
He about to text her right now.
I wonder if I still have her number.
He about to call her right now. Hey, babe, what you doing?
What are you doing?
I missed you.
I missed you so much. You
still got that book?
It's kind of chilly out.
Still got that book.
Hey, so yeah, the notes was incredible. I remember when I was in 4th, 5th grade. I think I had notes from like 8, 9, 10 different girls. It was crazy. Some of them was in stars, some of them was in hearts, some of them was in the little box, and you gotta unravel it. Boom, 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 boom. It was crazy. It was crazy. I kept them all in a box. Lost the box. I'm super mad. I lost it.
Probably with that girl.
Yeah.
She probably has your box.
She probably. Oh yeah. She needs to get it together. We might need to go set up a date.
Yeah.
She
probably has it.
So also, what was real dope in the 90s, is when like scooters got real big. Remember those scooters?
Which scooters?
Like the Razor scooters.
Yeah, Razor scooters.
Those popped up in So like if you pulled up on a Razor scooter, you was getting all the honeys.
100%.
You was getting all the honeys. I promise you. And so now the equivalence to a Razor scooter to the day would be one of those hoverboards.
The hoverboard.
Yeah, hoverboard.
So
Hoverboards are cool. Is that what they are?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just can't get behind
with the kids, you pull up on a hoverboard and you got one of you got some juice. They looking at you like you pulling up in the Benz.
Everybody want to ride. They want to ride.
How much is a hoverboard?
Like $200
So you tell me if I spend $170 on a hoverboard, I'm gonna get a date.
I'm talking about like 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds.
I do not want to date with a 16-year-old. Okay.
I'm not talking about high school kids.
Fair enough.
Okay. The high school kids, like, when I was in high school, in like 9th, 10th grade,
yeah,
maybe even 8th grade, 7th grade, you pull up on a scooter, you win it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I'm talking about the one you kick push.
I had a scooter. I had a
You
skateboard.
said I had a
Yeah, for real.
It didn't work for me.
It didn't work for me.
It didn't work for me.
The skateboard didn't work either.
So yeah,
I'll tell you what worked for me in high school.
what?
I had a sidekick.
But that
Sidekick
You were talking about
situation.
sidekicks last week.
yeah,
weren't you?
yeah, that wasn't the 90s though.
Yeah, sidekicks was in the 90s.
Sidekicks was 2010.
Well, like late 90s.
Not 2010. You started. I had a.
Sidekick was 2010,
No way,
2007.
We had iPhones
Droids.
starting in like 2012.
I'm telling you, 2007,
Well,
2008, 2000.
I'm gonna stop looking up this girl who owes me a sweatshirt. I'm gonna forget this out.
I'm telling you, because that's when AIM was popping.
When did sidekicks?
So-
Hang was popping.
No, you and I have different timelines because AIM's the first T-Mobile sidekick debuted in 2002.
Oh, it was 2002.
Okay, and it started getting popular in 2007
Well, I
Hey.
was
and 9. But
middle
you know,
school going into high school.
we kind of getting off the 90s dating. So now we're going back and forth. What was really dope, I also thought that was real dope about the 90s, is that you had to really, this is when the phones first started coming out, and the pay phones are still going. So you could literally call, you couldn't block nobody. So you could literally keep calling and calling and calling and calling.
Why?
Tying up their line,
You could
make
block
sure
people
nobody
with the caller ID.
Yeah,
If you had caller ID, you seen that name come across the screen.
the caller ID didn't come out in the 90s.
Caller ID was out
Dude,
there.
where are
It
you?
came in the 2000s.
Let's see.
Caller ID came in 2000s.
I'm pretty sure caller
When did caller ID get invented? Question.
When? Yes.
That didn't even work.
But see, they had the technology, but they released it to the public later.
The service known as caller ID was pioneered by New Jersey Bell in 1987.
And when was it released to the public? Because
Spread to the entire country by 1990.
1990.
Yeah, I remember checking my caller ID.
Yeah, because we had caller ID.
But can you block? You can't block people. You can ignore the call,
Yeah, you can ignore.
but you can't block people.
That was
So,
the
rather
early
ignore
stages
somebody,
of
yeah.
blocking.
I'd rather just leave them on
Screening
red.
calls.
But I'd really no. But see, here's the problem though: if you tie up the line and then can't nobody else call.
Why would you want to do that?
So that she thinks about me.
Yeah, when she's filling out a police report.
When she's filling out
She's going to know exactly what your phone number is.
Harassment.
She's going to know you're home, too.
But then that's when you could block your call, all of that.
Yeah.
She wouldn't never even know.
Are you single now or what?
Still single.
That's weird. That's so weird.
Real, like that was the golden times, man. Golden times. Cause and then the beepers started coming out.
I remember beepers. Me and that same girl that had the notebook, we had our own code.
And in two ways?
Yeah, we would beep each other with the code, and then we call each other because we know that was our code.
If you had a beeper,
It was her softball number, my football number.
That's big time.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if you had a beeper, you was getting all the girls. You put the beeper right on your hip. You really ain't have to talk
I
like
think I'm going to get a beeper.
If you had a pager,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
that was another word.
Yeah.
Everybody thought you was a D boy.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody thought you was a
In my
drug
neighborhood, they
dealer.
thought if you pulled out, hold on, I gotta answer.
Oh no. Yeah.
I'll be back, but the girls thought that was super dope.
Oh man, what Y'all remember them beepers, man? Oh man,
I had a green. Mine was green translucent.
Yeah, I had a see-through green
right,
too.
and it was the other way. I know the one you talk about where you held it like this.
Yeah.
I held mine sideways.
Oh, you had the sideways.
Yeah. I remember when my dad got it for me for Christmas. It was on vibrate, and he beeped. He was like, "Oh, what's that?" And he beeped it, but it was on vibrate. It was in a box behind the couch. So all we heard was like buzzing. I'm like, "What? What's going on?" I didn't get my beeper for Christmas, and what's buzzing behind the couch? And then we realized that's what it was.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I didn't get my beeper.
Hey, I promise in beepers. When I had my beeper, I had it for a day and I lost it.
Wow.
Yeah, one day. I was so mad. But that one day was heavenly because I was getting all the attention.
Man.
And then y'all remember the two ways? Well, right after the beeper, the two ways popped off.
Two-way situation.
Yep, 2 ways.
Yeah, and this was the late 90s. So two ways was the first time you could start texting people. But back to the beepers though, you could send the messages through the beepers. You could be like,
cold.
I promise. You turn it upside down.
There are still roughly 5 million beepers in regular use right now in the U.S.
Wow.
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. That was 2014. 2 million beepers today. Still a lot.
You know what that means? Those people are up to something.
Oh, well, I'm going to bet you that a couple, depending on how many doctors we have in the country, I'm going to say X 100,000 of those are going to be doctors.
They get paid.
Because they get paid.
Okay.
The rest are up to something.
Up to something.
The rest are definitely on some, they definitely got 2 families kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Emergency situation.
Yeah.
Hey, that phone that you don't know about.
Hey, it's 2020. They might have 3 or 4 families.
Yeah, it's 2020. We got to up these numbers.
Juggle game central. That's what they call it.
Hey, the dating in the 90s was a totally
insane.
And so it was really when you would go to concerts and when you would go to fairs, that's when everything went haywire.
Yeah.
It was literally no hold bar, no rules, whatever happened. And concerts was insane. If you ever went to an Aaliyah concert or a Tupac concert?
Yeah, what happened?
What happened?
You making out at concerts?
No, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Babies were born.
They were having sex at the concert?
What?
That's what I'm asking you.
Yes.
Where?
I'm pretty sure they're having sex. Their life is beautiful. And
the bathrooms around the corner. I'm telling you, backstage. Why
don't you just go home?
Why don't you just go home?
It's a lot more comfortable.
Remember I told you about those one night stands?
Yeah, in my bed.
Oh no. We just going to stay.
I can have breakfast in the morning. I'll give you a Pop-Tart before you leave.
Oh, what? Don't need the Pop-Tarts.
Double Pop-Tart. You get 2 Pop-Tarts. you get one, pumpkin one, whatever.
Is that a thing?
I used to always have, when I was single in New York, I used to always have breakfast bars, Pop-Tarts, all that kind of stuff in my house. I didn't really eat them, but I felt like it was the right thing to do. If you're both getting up for work in the morning, we're not gonna have time to make eggs, but I could at least give you a Pop-Tart.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Toaster.
That's pretty formidable. Formidable. So, did you ever have anything you used to give the girls?
No, I actually would cook a girl some breakfast.
Cook? You don't know.
I mean, if it was a Saturday, sure, Saturday, Sunday, but I'm not waking up on Friday. I'm waking up with just enough time to leave the house and get to school or work.
So, in the 90s, what was the most a custom gift that you were supposed to give your girl?
Was Tiffany big back then, or was that in the 2000s?
Tiffany's, I think, started going in the 2000s.
Because I remember the girl I was seeing wanted that silver Tiffany bracelet.
Yeah,
that thing was $85 for a piece of sterling silver.
That would have sterling.
That would have been $15 anywhere else, and she wanted it. And I remember, I was like,
they'll get you.
I thought to myself, I don't really like her anymore that much. I don't want to spend $85 right now. And so I broke up with her just before Valentine's Day, so I didn't have to buy that gift.
Dog.
It was a couple weeks before, not the day before. A couple weeks before.
You dog.
She still had time for another Valentine's. She's a very pretty girl. I'm sure she got somebody else.
I'm sure she had somebody else.
Lined up, ready to get her.
I'm not about to spend $85. I worked really hard. I made $8 an hour back then.
Hey,
I worked really hard for $75 for $85. That's
I wouldn't. You'd probably be mad at me if I told you the type of gifts I've given out.
Well, what did you give out?
None.
Okay.
He said none.
I love.
You gotta get creative, man. You got construction paper, scissors,
Yeah.
glue. Put something together.
That's I used to always do goodie bags for Valentine's Day for my
Goodie
Valentine's.
bag.
Oh yeah, all sorts of good stuff.
I'm telling you, I was terrible at giving gifts. Terrible. That's not my strong suit. Now, compared to like the gifts now, like people were a lot more creative with the gifts in the 90s than in the 2000s. Now, 2000s, or excuse me, to present day.
Right.
Like present day, there's really nobody really.
People just buy stuff off Amazon. Hey, what you like?
They send it to
Like
you.
a wish list. But I bought stuff off Amazon, but not something somebody asked for. Like I would specifically send them something that I thought was nice.
Right, but what about like when you could go to their house, you hand it to them, it's wrapped up in a bow. When's the last time you seen a gift wrapped in a bow?
I don't know who you're. I wrap stuff all the time. Bows, goodie bags, gift bags.
All the time.
Yeah, if I like somebody, I'm gonna give. So if I'm gonna go even on like a second or third.
So you're an old school guy.
Old school, yeah. I'll get somebody a flower. I was seeing somebody for a little while. I got her these like cool roses that don't die.
Those infinity roses.
Yeah, stuff like that. Or a goodie bag. Or if I'm even like thinking of somebody, if I know they like Disney, I'll give them like something from Disney. You know what I mean?
I was big on writing nice letters, really detailed letters, and giving bears.
There you go.
That's what I was.
If I was dating a girl, she'd have about 50 to 100 bears at the end of our relationship, or the duration of our time together.
Right.
Yeah.
But you got hella letters and bears.
Yeah.
That was my go-to.
That was your thing, huh?
The little kiss me, love you bears. Holding the heart.
Okay. Yeah, that ain't bad at all.
I feel that. Now the best thing I would probably do though, if I'm I'd wait till February 15th and buy all that stuff.
I didn't wait up.
I'm about to get you 4 times what I was going to get you yesterday. Just wait one more day.
Yeah, but I think it's the day. I really think it's the actual day that they absolutely love.
What, Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
I think most people hate Valentine's Day.
I'm
not a huge fan of it.
I don't like it. I'm not
what did
a
I
fan.
do though?
Why is that? Let's go a little deeper.
Let's go.
Why are you not a huge fan? Well, both of y'all.
My last Valentine's Day, I was emailing my ex-girlfriend trying to beg her to come back to me. That's what I did on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Wow. See, my Valentine's Day. What is it? That hasn't happened to you. How many times have you had a bad Valentine's Day?
I don't think I've had like stellar Valentine's Days.
I've never had a good Valentine's Day.
I mean, I've had some good ones. Yeah, go out to dinner, hotel, whatever.
I had a couple. Good ones.
Yeah.
I ain't had one good Valentine's.
You know what I'm going to do this coming Valentine's Day? I think we should do it. I think as dudes, we should go to Hooters or like some place for wings. Doesn't have to be Hooters. I don't care where it is. Buffalo Wild Wings. Go get some wings, sit at the bar. That's it. Just do a bro Valentine's Day. And if somebody's like, oh, what are you doing, baby? Not you.
Not you.
Hanging out with the dudes.
Hey.
Getting drunk.
As long as, no, we need to go to Twin Peaks.
Oh, yeah, that's a new place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Now, you had asked me about my Valentine's Day. I got cheated on one year.
Why was she not with you?
Because she was in the utility closet. Wow.
That wasn't a metaphor, right? The literal utility closet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With somebody else.
Gotcha.
Right.
That's awful.
That's awful. Well, what else happened?
Experience.
He said that's a learning on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
What else I do on Valentine's? I'll be trying to suppress this stuff because it really makes me tear up and cry.
You want to hear my best Valentine's Day? Was my wife, my ex-wife. She got me a Crave case from White Castle. Yeah,
Crave.
The White Castle Crave case, the 30 burgers, you know?
Yeah, the big situation.
Yeah. And I said to her, baby, I'm not going to be able to finish all these burgers. I love you. You know, I'm always trying to like just eat mildly. She goes, don't worry, I called you buddy Dave. He's coming over. You guys are going to play some video games. That was a great gift for Valentine's Day.
I called your buddy Dave. Where I set you up. You know what else was a good date? in the 90s, going to arcades.
Oh yeah, I love it.
I was if you
I
took
was
your
arcade now. That's a fun time.
if you take your girl, yeah,
you know,
Dave and Buster's.
and I'd never let her win. It's still to this day it's pretty. Yeah, Dave and Buster's
you
is
have to let
pretty
somebody
fun.
win. They could beat you.
No, I'm the coldest at all games.
I don't play that game. If you challenge me,
Yeah.
I'm playing all out.
All out,
But
especially the
they could also
arcade.
beat you
Air
too.
hockey,
The arcade
or
fighting games?
shooting
I'm
games.
serious.
It doesn't matter.
Air hockey. Oh, I was the truth. They had the Pac-Man. Pac-Man came out in the 80s.
Candace Christian says, I would have eaten all of the White Castle cheeseburgers. And that's when I appreciate you.
That's why it's love.
That's why it's love right there.
But yeah, those kind of dates were phenomenal. Now, dating in the 80s and 90s and the 2000s, this is when like relationships lasted a whole lot longer.
Candace wants to add in skee ball to your arcade, by the way.
Oh,
skee ball.
I don't want a million tickets playing skee ball.
Absolutely. That's a game I can excel at because it's precise.
Yeah.
Right? You can take your time with it. That's when I can really mess you up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I could also win all the tickets to get you the teddy bear.
That's your teddy bear.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you were saying. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no. Anytime you talk, we got to listen. Matter of fact, I wish I had the whiteboard like one of your colleagues. And so I can write some of this stuff down.
We'll do that back here.
Yeah, right. That was a good.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna spruce this up. We gotta put something in front of here, I think.
Man, honestly, it looks like I like it.
Really? I think it looks like a dungeon. Like it looks like a
man cave.
That's where I keep people.
Oh yeah, right in the back.
Yeah, I don't look like a raw shower curtain.
Yeah.
He said it was a roll shower curtain.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Oh, that's what
shower curtains and window curtains.
Hey, but I think that'll work in the 90s, though, huh?
It's pretty
the
crafty.
2000s. That's
pretty
so?
crafty.
Yeah, crafty, exactly.
Yeah.
No, this guy's real handy on everything.
Handy dandy.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk about dating a little bit. The dating in the 80s was absolutely wild. Dating in the 90s, it was starting to slow down. The 2000s, that was when all the girls started learning to do the crybaby. You remember that?
What?
The crybaby. This was.
Is that a dance?
Yes.
Oh.
This was the 2000s version of the twerk.
Oh, okay. Candace, by the way, says we need to get some pretty fairy lights and some glass to write on it.
Okay.
Pretty fairy lights.
Pretty fairy lights.
Right.
Anyway, so what's this dance called? The what?
The crybaby.
2000s was crazy, man.
Yes.
Y2J.
Yeah.
2000s.
You remember what song with Superman? Remember that song, Superman?
Oh,
Superman,
Superman.
By your boy,
Soldier
Boy.
So
that dropped in 2005.
I was in Miami at that time. I was on a business. Not a business trip. I was on vacation with my boy, and I didn't really know the dance. It was like the first time I seen it, and almost I'm in Miami. We're hanging out. We're going from like club to club, and I see like 2, 3, 4 enormous dudes, the biggest dudes you'll ever see. 7, 8, 9 start dancing the song. I start recognizing. I'm like, you guys are in the NFL. You guys are the Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders were in Miami to play the Dolphins. Like 2 days later, they were doing the Superman dance in the club.
Oh, wow.
So I jumped in. I was like, Superman, what's up?
Hey, I promise. He changed the game with that. The game. But like,
y'all remember the Macarena? Everybody
was
joining in on now.
Oh,
now they got this. What's this dance?
Wasn't that with Ricky Martin?
No.
Ricky Martin performed it.
He
blew it up.
Yeah.
Super crazy.
What's the song that they do now? I call it the pregnancy dance. Because it's just a lot of humping. Not the Cupid Shuffle. What's this other one where they just Wobble Baby?
Oh,
Wobble
baby.
Yeah, they just literally just sit there. They just kind of just do. You know what I'm saying? Right at the screen, right at each other.
I don't know. I really don't know how to wobble. I've done it a couple times, but I can't remember it. I learned it on a cruise.
You're gonna get pregnant.
You're gonna get pregnant.
Your goal. Michelle, that's how it should be because when she beats you, it's authentic. So we like that. That's fair. I agree with you, and I think Michelle, you're on the right page. Okay.
When she beats you, it's authentic.
Yeah, I agree with that.
No, she's talking about for you not giving her a chance.
Yeah, at winning the game. Yeah, some of the comments are lagged.
No, so listen, it is
truly authentic.
So with that dating, it is something that's never going to go out of style. The trends are always going to be changing. What when you say with the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s, I'm gonna ask both you guys as we're closing. Which era would you say, we got to talk about it, had the most romance? Which dating era had the most heartbreak? And which dating era had the most longevity?
I would say, well, first of all, they all have the same longevity because you're calling out decades. But you mean like the sustainability
of the relationship?
Within that decade.
I would say, just because I was more aware of it, maybe I don't know the 80s as well, but I would say the 90s definitely was a more romantic. I mean, if you look at the music and the movies in that time, right?
Right.
Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, 98 Degrees, right? All these boy bands, right? They were really romantic times.
Yeah.
Right. I remember the song.
Yeah, exactly.
The song that I had,
they used to went crazy.
The song that I had with that girl, the same girl that I had to break up with because I didn't want to buy her the Tiffany's bracelet.
Good man.
Our song was "How Did I Fall in Love with You" by the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys had some hits.
Yeah, and we slow danced to it in my bedroom one night. And we cried to it. So that was some romance.
That's deep.
I don't think you would have done that in the 80s. I don't think, and I think by the 2000s you were over it.
Yeah,
2000s was major heartbreak central.
Yeah, for sure.
R&B was in the best R&B was in the 90s. So I'm gonna have to go with 90s as the best decade for romance. Now the most heartbreak,
2000s.
He's 2000s.
MySpace hit the scene. People was like, "I'm not in your top 8."
Well, that's
how canceling.
That's how we started. We started losing romance because all of a sudden you get MySpace, Hot or Not, Facebook. And you're like, "What do I need romance for? I'm just gonna creep on this picture until she says what's up."
Until she says what's up.
I'm just gonna hit up her DMs.
Or people was breaking up over nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm not in your top 5.
Yeah.
Best friend.
Yeah.
Or you didn't post a picture of me last week.
Oh man. Them was good times. And I said heartbreak
and longevity.
The 80s. I would agree. I don't know. 80s, they had a lot of one night stands, man.
Yeah, but people were sticking together, even though they was making other families over there. They was on to it. Like, look, we're gonna make this work. I know you had 2 babies on me, but we're gonna try to make this work.
The romance dies as the options change, right? In the 80s, you didn't have many options. In the 90s, you had more because you could beat somebody, you could pay somebody. In the 2000s, you started to get online. So as the options start to grow, the romance starts to leave because you're like, I don't have to be with this person. I'll just go with somebody else.
That instant gratification, that instant access to so much more.
100%.
Your network just grew.
Technology has definitely had lasting impacts on dating and relationships. 100%, Pinky. I agree with you, Pinky.
For sure. So this was our Dating Dynasties sequel on the 80s, 90s, and the present. You got any last words for our dating viewers? Anything that they should feel like dating, that they should know about dating?
I mean, honestly, what popped into my mind would be unplug from technology, social media, especially if you're trying to seriously date somebody.
Yep.
Spend time with each other alone or, amongst friends, but get away from technology for a while. Get a detox, a break, and really allow that relationship or, that situationship, whatever you have, to grow and truly, see if y'all compatible without the noise.
The most romantic moments, whether it be minutes or months that I've had, were in the times when I was less on technology.
You've had romantic months.
Less distraction,
less options, less whatever. And I'm not even talking about options to the point where I'm looking at other people. I just don't give a crap what other people are thinking because I am so glued on this person.
Right.
That I'd much rather just
so engaged.
Yeah, in that person. I'm telling you, the technology. I think I think next week my show is going to be on technology as the downfall.
Tainting relationships
of romance because
that's going to be a good one.
And look, there are obviously ways in which technology helps. If you're in an abusive relationship, if you're in something, you know what I mean, whatever, I see that you can get out, right?
Yeah, there's pros and cons to everything.
But
yeah,
you know, if you're in love with somebody, truly in love with somebody, you're just having some problems. Technology makes it a lot easier to leave.
Oh yeah.
Closing the door and working it out is what we need to be doing more of.
Oh, y'all heard that? Lose the technology. But what we can do is go back to those cassette tapes. I used to love those.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go, because I got a bunch of notes on there.
Let's buy some cassettes. I'm gonna make you a mixtape next week.
Let's do it. Hey, this is Thinking Twice. I'm Mr. Twice. Here's Wayne. Got the Dean in the background. Y'all know what it was. We greatly enjoyed you. CC was running the 1s and 2s for us today. Y'all stay golden. Keep loving on your peoples, man, and keep taking them folks out on dates, real dates. Hey, stay golden.